you.
Welcome back to Daily Wrap. Before we get going here, let's check in with the one and only Steve Malzberg and see what he has planned for us tonight.
Joe, Donald Trump, of course, tops the news as he always does, even though he's overseas, still leading in the polls. We'll talk about that. We have two panels today. Also, Debbie Wasserman Schultz asked a very simple question by Chris Matthews. What's the difference between a socialist and a Democrat? Wait till you hear her answer. It's all coming up next.
All right, Stevie. Well, let's read some of our viewer comments, shall we? First up, we have a comment from Mike about Cecil the Lion, or Cecil, excuse me. Mike says, Rick Unger gave away his age again, 53. The Zimbo lion's name was Cecil, pronounced with a short E. I guess Rick watched too much Cecil the Seasick Sea Serpent in his youth. I actually said that without tripping.
Mike, I got a cop to it, brother. You are absolutely right. I said it wrong. It is Cecil, and you are also right. I did watch too much of Beanie and Cecil the Seasick Sea Serpent. I saw every episode at least 5 times.
You guys are slightly younger. Have you ever, no, starting with you, have you heard of this cartoon?
No, I just learned about it earlier.
Yeah,
I
same with me.
know what the Flintstones is. I mean,
Good for you.
That's old.
That's not important. You're supposed to know my cartoons.
Okay, I didn't read your
What was your cartoon growing up?
Well, I read about that in world history when I was in elementary school.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Right, because once they got rid of
The
all
dawn of the
Actually,
animation
Bugs Bunny affected me greatly. I always thought he was just the most confident and wasn't fazed by stuff. Whoever wrote that, I think, was an amazing art.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Could talk about this for hours, but we probably shouldn't.
Yeah. I was Inspector Gadget in Don Adams.
I could totally see
Captain
that.
Planet. He's a hero.
You like Captain
He's going to
Planet?
take pollution down to 0.
I hated that show. It was boring.
Let's move on. Hunger.
Oh, this is me. Well, let's move on. Can we see the next one, please? Oh, here it is. This next comment is also about Cecil. Blake says the lion hunter should be compared to Obama eating dogs. I don't even know what to say about that. Anybody got anything to offer?
Not really, no. You want to move on?
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. Next, we have a comment from Donna about my man, John Kasich. Donna says, if you haven't heard Governor Kasich's entry speech, you are missing a huge gift to all of us. That's it. I've been watching and listening and reading to decide. Governor Kasich was so persuasive and insightful and energized in so many of the important issues. Certainly hope he is among the first debaters on TV. Don't worry, he will. Okay. He would, without a doubt, knock some of the contenders clear out of the park. Mr. Trump is being so self-serving, grabbing the media, and the media not giving most of the candidates an opportunity to be heard. There are accusations that I actually created a fake email account and sent in that comment on my own, but well, she nailed it.
But I'll tell you what, Donna, I watched the speech, and I have to agree with you. I thought he was excellent in the speech. I may not agree with Governor Kasich on everything, but I got to give it to him. He gave a great speech. He is a good candidate. He did a good job in my home state of Ohio, so you're on track.
Best resume in the race, Naomi.
Except for Joe Biden.
Except for Joe Biden.
Except for Joe Biden. Wow, look at that. How about Biden, Kasich? Boy, those would be two guys that you actually can like.
And Lindsey Graham. Let's give Lindsey Graham credit. He has a strong resume also.
And the only bachelor in the entire race. Yes.
I like what you just said. That would be a race that we could actually like the candidates, Kasich and Joe Biden.
Yeah. Until the super PACs get involved and then all the negative campaign.
All right, here's a comment about Planned Parenthood from Jeff, who says, I don't want to see a government shutdown, but recent tweets by Elizabeth Warren and Harry Reid are very demoralizing. At some point, we have to decide what kind of country we want to be. The only other alternative is boycotting companies that support Planned Parenthood to starve them. For now, people like Reid and Warren need to be sent a message. That's the only language they seem to understand. I don't quite understand how boycotting companies would have an impact on Planned Parenthood, but I will say this, it is your right as an American to boycott any company you choose.
Finally, tonight, we have another comment about Planned Parenthood from John. Planned Parenthood, he says, they should not get tax dollars. That swarmy rich Unger is a jackass. They like that description of you.
Calling me a jackass.
Interesting. There is nothing that this moron, oh come on, would find wrong with anything done by people that love murdering babies. My God. Planned Parenthood is disgraceful. Unger is a wimpy little moron. Fire him now. Wow, an Unger smashing sandwich. Do I have the ability to terminate
Actually, I'm not sure, but first I got to ask him what show he's been watching, because I haven't exactly been all that supportive of Planned Parenthood here. But more importantly, obviously, you're not a full employment Republican, but you know what? I'll make sure it gets to the boss. Little Jenny won't have shoes this fall when she goes to school if I lose my gig. But hey, you know, that's life in the big city.
Jonathan, should they lose their any tax dollars at this point?
I think there needs to be a review of some of these things that are going on. It sounds like there may be some unethical things going on there, and I think they definitely need to be looked at it. And
we agree. That's exactly what I've been saying.
That
Investigate
costs tax dollars money.
That costs tax dollars. Oh, right.
Taxpayers' money.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it'll save in the long run. Anyway, remember, if you want to weigh in on any of these issues we talk about here on the show, be sure to go to newsmaxtv.com/comments. That's newsmaxtv.com/comments right there. And let us know what you think. We might even read, yes, a few on the air, as you just saw. Up next, it's time for Yay or Nay. It's happy time. This is the Daily Wrap.